Kia ora, my name is Miharo, and
Kia ora, I'm Ara, and we're from the band L.A.B, all the way from Aotearoa, New Zealand.
yeah.
And starting out in the Bay of Plenty, how has your New Zealand heritage influenced the music you create?
It's really just who we are. It's not that it has a direct impact like we think, oh, this will have an impact on our people. It's just we are who we are, and our culture is a big, huge part of who we are, whether it's language, music, the food, our traditions and protocols, with different things like funerals and things like that, you know. So it's really, it's the fabric of who we are, and then who we are comes out in the music.
Yeah, no, that's a good answer.
Sorry.
Very good answer, very good answer. So, with members from Kora and Katchafire, how do these diverse backgrounds contribute to L.A.B's unique sound?
Yeah, I mean, this guy's from Katchafire, and we've got the two Kora brothers, who I grew up listening to, all these guys, so it's awesome to come into a band and just, it's so full of different, it draws from so many genres. And you've got Joel as well, who's an amazing blues guitarist, I used to call him, eh? So
blues, funk,
yeah,
soul.
And L.A.B is not really limited to a genre, which I think is really cool. We just jump around, and we'll even write songs in a certain genre and then go, let's try it in a reggae feel or rock feel. So
country,
yeah. So it's fun.
Yeah, I mean, so you guys are just very diverse as artists and stuff, and you guys are playing what you guys are feeling.
Yeah,
it's not
having fun.
Yeah.
Very good. And could you guys describe the songwriting process within L.A.B and how you guys balance the individual creative inputs?
Well, within the band, there's one kind of big boss, and that's Brad Kora, who's our drummer and producer. And in terms of how we write songs, we basically just get in a room, we'll bring the guitars out, we have some fun, we write some riffs, we just try to find a spark. We just try to find the birth of something. And you know, many times it's a bit hit and miss, but when it hits, then we all kind of fall into I don't know, some sort of attack plan with Brad at the head, and then everyone kind of knows their roles. Miharo's on keyboards, I'm on bass. I do share the engineering with the other bros, and all the boys have got their roles, and we found those roles quite quickly. And and we just go hard.
We all fly into Wellington, and
none of us live there.
None of us live there, and we stay at the surgery studios for a week at a time, and just sleep on the floor of the studio. And it's real cool because someone will wake you up at 2 a.m. in the morning at night and just go, "Oh, you're up. You need to record." So creativity is just, you know, always stewing away. Yeah.
Yeah, so when the spark hits, we're ready to go. You know, we're in the studio, we're firing up all instruments, and then it's on.
In the Air was a massive hit that topped the New Zealand charts. Can you share the story behind this song and why you think it resonated so well with your audience?
Yeah, In the Air is such a funny one, eh? Because it's a song, doesn't even have a chorus, and it just seemed to just resonate with people. Heaps of people say it's a real nostalgic feeling, just kind of a feel-good tune. We were in the room all together, and I think we just did it in like
less than 24 hours. That whole song was put together.
Yeah.
We were actually working on another song when the spark hit, and when the spark hit, we all, like I said, we all fall into our place, and we just smashed it out.
You kind of feel it, eh? Like,
yeah. Thankfully, we've been able to kind of recognise that, there's magic here, and so we all put a single focus. Like there's 5 guys, but you know there's a singular focus and energy, real laser focused on the single point in terms of the song creation, and it just comes together so quick. And then even some days we listen back to what we've done the night before and go, whoa, this is magic here. And In the Air is one of those examples.
And starting from your guys' first singles to your most current singles, how do you guys feel your music has evolved over this time?
Wow. Yeah, I think every album is just the next it's like a chapter in a book.
Yeah.
It's like the same approach. Like we're not drastically changing methods or genre or anything. We're just doing what we do, but expanding and exploring, and yeah, that's what I'd say.
Yeah, there's nothing really preconceived. There's no real game plan. We just walk into the studio, we put on a big pot of food, we sit around with the guitars and just let the moment take us. And so it's, as Miharo said, we kind of just as life changes around you, so does the music that we produce and sing about changes. So it's very reflective of where we are, I should say. That's a really kind of weird way of answering it, but
it's a good way. I feel like that's very, very honest and forthcoming. Thank you. And becoming staples in these specific festival scenes, what do you aim to bring to your live performances, and what do you feel is unique about L.A.B?
What is unique about L.A.B? What we've found with American crowds since we've been here, is, there's a lot of kind of people stunned when we start playing, and I love it because we, song by song, minute by minute that we're playing, we slowly can see the transformation of them, pulling them in and seeing them, bop their head, and then by the end, it feels like we've showing the crowd who we are and what we do, and hopefully they resonate with it. And so far it's been amazing with American crowds, because I think at first they're a little bit stunned, and then by the end they're fans, and yeah, it's been an awesome experience.
Yeah, I think L.A.B can offer, like the live shows are full of energy, and the songs are different and structured different. There's a lot of musicality on display, which I think is real cool, and even if you don't know the songs, you can kind of engage with it, So yeah, seems to be doing the trick.
Seems to be the perfect sauce, So, winning multiple awards and topping the charts, how do you handle these expectations that come with all that, and being, one of the top bands in New Zealand currently?
Yeah, no, there is a certain pressure, I suppose, when we go in the studio, like, oh man, how do we top what we just done? And then I think what we end up doing is we just put that all to the side, and just, like I said, we put on a pot of food, we sit around the couches with guitars, and just kind of forget the expectations and just remember who we are, remember the foundation of the band and how we write songs. And whenever we stray from that, we always steer the ship back to that. And man, knock on wood that it continues, because it's been amazing from album 1 through to album 6 to be able to still have an impact.
Yeah, I think every time we record at that same studio, and it's a real humble studio.
It's not hugely flash.
Yeah, it's amazing, but we just are in that same spot as the first album, so yeah, it's not like we're upgrading to hotels and fancy studios. We're just, we're back in the studio. We'll just keep doing our thing.
It's beautiful.
We literally sleep on the floor. Put mattresses on the floor. We all got our own little space in the
Soundproof.
studio.
Vocal booth.
Does that help you guys stay closer as a band?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Too close. No,
No, definitely, because we all kind of live apart. We don't often see each other face to face. But then when studio comes in, it's exciting to see the boys again, to have that energy back in the same spot. And yeah, it definitely brings an energy and an excitement to wanting to write and record. And we're blessed to be able to do this for the last 7 years, and like I said, knock on wood, it continues, because we're having the time of our lives doing it.
And who are your musical influences, and how have they shaped the direction of your music?
Man, there's 5 members in L.A.B, and if you ask each member, you would get 5 different. There'd be some overlap, but then you would have some crazy answers from the boys. From metal to jazz, it's eclectic.
Right.
Just can cover all bases pretty much.
Yeah, it's a crazy palette of musical influences and tastes. Personally, I mean, I grew up you know, listen to the California sound, man. Lots of Eagles, lots of, you know, singer-songwriters, and then obviously reggae and oh man, Motown. So a lot of American influenced music.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Hip hop, R&B, Jesus, so much.
Being a band that doesn't want to have a specific genre and wants to keep it unique and everything, I think that completely fits with you guys.
Makes sense.
And how do you guys engage with your fans, and how has their feedback influenced your music?
Yeah, that's a good question. For a few albums there, we were like live streaming ourselves in the studio recording, and
our management hated it. They were like, don't ever do that. And so being artists, we would totally go against what management would say.
To be in the studio like drinking maybe
Maybe.
and just like giving away the songs before they've been released even. And I'd hear people listening to bootlegged versions, you know, at the beach and stuff like that, but it seems to engage people, and I don't know, it's just, yeah, we're kind of just mucking around, but I think people can relate to that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's definitely something, in terms of our fans, man, they were so excited about hearing new stuff, and we would, like as Miharo said, we would go live on social media, just showing the whole process of a song, from an idea, from a spark to melody ideas to lyrical ideas, and we weren't.
It's not dressed up or anything. Eh?
Yeah, it was very, very just a phone, you know, very kind of low-fi production, and we would have a blast with it. You know, we weren't that serious. We were just having fun with it, and I think just having that rawness and resonated with a lot of our fans, and pulled in other people. They were like, you know, these guys aren't trying to produce these slick media or management style videos. We were doing these crazy off the wall,
huge budget.
yeah, big budget cameras. No, and so yeah, it worked out. Yeah.
And is there anything you guys would like to say to maybe the young New Zealand kids that are trying to start a band, such as L.A.B, as advice maybe, or words of wisdom?
Man, the only advice I would give is keep playing, have a love of learning an instruments. It seems to be a bit of a decline in kids getting into instruments and stuff, so I love seeing teenagers or, you know, young people getting into playing drums and guitar and getting their hands dirty and go out there and busk and have some fun, because man, music is the best. Look where we are in America, you know, it's crazy how music has connected people from all around the world and brings us to places and experiences like this.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, second that, every band you meet has done that, you know,
yeah.
has just had, you know, started off in a garage or whatever, and
yeah,
just been honest with themselves, got a bunch of mates, and just persevered. So,
and we're still mates.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for giving me this time.
Oh, thank you, man.
Oh no,
it's been cool.
Good.